Hey guys, Marshall from Limited Resources, and I am back from Montreal. We're doing a draft. Sweet. We opened a bomb. You gotta love that. You open just like a sweet mythic bomb, 5/5 flying. Really, really tough to deal with. Pretty easy pick here. There's some other reasonable cards in this pack, but nothing even close to the level of this. Wasteland Viper, Nimbus, Swimmer, Smite, Slaughterhorn, and even to a point, Ember Beast are all fine. Would make the cut in most of the decks that they run those colors, but this guy is a house, so we're going to take that. Okay, what do we have? Well, we've got a couple of interesting choices here. There's a Guardian of the Gateless, and there's an Angelic Edict. There's also an Assault Griffin and a Cinderella, as they call it, Cinderella Minnow. Another Nimbus Swimmer is kind of interesting that we're passing it, but we are going to be passing it. So what's going to go best with this card is kind of our question here. Edict or Guardian are probably our two best choices, as we're going to be looking to be Orzhov. We're going to be looking to be controlling a bit. If we're not Orzhov, we can also be Dimir and just splash the white here for Death Pact Angel and something else. But it looks like we're going to be picking up a white card here, so probably going to be Orzhov. So Guardian or Edict. Edict is obviously a card that we're going to want. This type of card is one that we just need in the deck, but I think Guardian's really quite good. Some people that I respect don't like this card a whole lot, but I still do, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to take Devour Flesh here. It's not amazing. It's kind of sick to see a Rebel Hulk this late, although that card's like, no, it's just pretty good. Yeah, Moto's having some problems today. Pit Fight is awesome. So Rebel Hulk, Pit Fight, and Devour Flesh are all in the pack still. Aetherize a little bit too, but this should show us that the Gruul's just wide open, especially with Pit Fight and Rebel Hulk. But I'm going to take Devour Flesh and try to stay the course here, because we did open just a really great card here. And we see more evidence of Gruul's openness with what would be a fourth pick Zertos Swine, and we might actually start considering moving over here. Alternatively, we can take Syndic Enforcer or Dimir Keyrune. Neither of them are really great for what we're trying to do here. Keyrune's okay. Mortis Strider, yeah, and we don't want to take that yet. Night Watch is fine, but I'm pretty hesitant to start stacking up 5-drops here, so I want to take one of these two cards for now. I think I want to go with the Keyrune this time. It's going to open up things a little bit for us. All right, so more evidence here. Jeez. But we did get a Devour Flesh, which is fine, and they get a little bit better when you have more of them. Another Ivy Lane Denizen, a Scab Clan Charger. We're just going to take Gutter Skulk. Oh, maybe Death's Approach, actually. Actually, yes, we did. He's talking about the podcast from last week, and man, we've gotten more feedback on that than any one we've done, I think. I'm going to take Death's Approach. All right, not much for us. Not a big fan of Purge the Profane. We're probably just going to end up taking this Night Watch here, but it's a little scary because these two cards are pretty good. But so it goes, I suppose. All right, so what did we wheel? Well, our Zerichi Tiger and a Gateway Shade. We're just going to slam the Shade here. Nothing really left. Dimir Guildgate seems fine. This leaves us a pretty easy splash for blue. Nothing really going on. We'll just take a Naturalize. So we could take Slate Street Ruffian. We're really hoping not to play that card. Guess we'll take it just in case. I normally would just take the Scorchwalker, but eh. So our deck's okay. Some reasonable removal here. We're just going to take this guy. Probably won't run him, but there's a chance we do. All right, Shielded Passage. Probably not going to make the cut. I tend to think of this as a card I'd rather use almost like as a combat trick where I'm attacking. But it is possible it makes the cut. It certainly wouldn't with the type of build that we have here. But all right. Let's see what our second pack brings us. It probably will be pretty decent. We were cutting black and shipping a lot of red and green. Third pack could be trouble, though. Ooh. Okay, so there's some stuff here. First and foremost, mind control with some catches, but they're all in your favor. So this card's just awesome. There's also an Executioner Swing, which is a card I don't typically love, but it seems to be quite effective, and it's kind of like, again, one of those cards that you're happy you have, even if it isn't the best form of removal. And there's also a Basilica Screecher, which is definitely a card that I want in a deck like this. But I am going to take Soul Ransom because we've already got a Guild Gate and a Key Rune, and Soul Ransom's really powerful. So I feel pretty good about taking that. Okay, so I was just talking about Executioner Swing, and there's another one here. There's also a Court Street Denizen and an Immortal Servitude. Unfortunately, Immortal Servitude is not very good. I'm going to take the swing here. I do want to play a pretty controlling game, and I think this is going to give us the best chance. We might get this guy back. We'd take it. Probably won't get this back, but we would take that as well. Okay. Well, so there's a Vizkopa Confessor, which is a fine card. It's just not really that good. Costing 5 mana is pretty bad. You do get to 2-for-1 them, basically, or at least 1-for-1, depending on what the board state is, but not a card I'm like super stoked about. I like Gutter Skulk or Angelic Edict here as my two choices. I want 2-drop creatures. I don't have any 1s or 2s and a couple of junky 3, so really I would want to fill that out, but I'm going to take the Edict here and try to go along this sort of this control route that we've started on here. All right, there's really nothing going on here for us. We're not a Shadow Slice deck, that's for sure. We've got plenty of 5-drops, so Horror of the Dim loses a lot of value there. I think we're just going to take this or this, and they're both awful, so we're going to take this. All right, so here's a Court Street Denizen and a Gutter Skulk. I'm going to take the Gutter Skulk. They're really similar cards in our deck. They both are basically 2/2s, and because we're not going to be, playing white creatures and attacking that often, so I think that's correct. It looks like Dimir's pretty open, so I think we might just move in on Esper here and just try to make sure that we tend to our mana base a little bit as well, so we can take a Psychic Strike or a Guild Mage. I'm just going to take a Guild Mage here. Feels like Dimir's like basically always open. All right, so Midnight Recovery, Last Thoughts, or Dimir Guild Gate. I'm going to take the Guild Gate. I kind of want a Last Thoughts, but we're not really in a position to be attacking too often, so I feel like getting our mana correct is probably a higher priority. I like Gridlock if you're being aggressive, like in Simic, a lot more than if you're not, so I'm going to take a Totally Lost as basically another removal spell. I'm also going to take this Clinging Anemones along those same lines. All right, so we did not get back that other guy, and there's really nothing for us here, so I'm just going to snap up the Guild Gate here, even though we're not going to run it. That is obscene. Jeez, you guys. That is not normal. Wow, okay. Not much left here. Nothing that we really care about. Whatever, we'll take this. That's insane. Sky Knight Legionnaire, man, if you've been drafting recently, we're starting to see the shift of Boros becoming overdrafted. It can support about 2 drafters at the table, but once you get that third guy trying to go Boros, things start to get kind of ugly. I guess we'll take Gridlock, but really unlikely to play it. But yeah, so I'm not used to seeing that guy go that late. That is just nuts. All right, we opened a sweet rare. Ogre Slumlord in our core color, so this is going to be an easy one. Whenever anything dies, you get dudes. What could we get back out of this pack? Well, Hybridization, Executioner Swing, Dutiful Thrill, Cloudfin Raptor, Metropolis Drive, Balustrade Spy are all cards that we want, so hopefully we'll get one of those back. It'll probably be this guy. But this is a pretty easy pick. All right, let's see what we've got here. Yeah, this is an interesting one. There's some really good cards in this pack. A Crowned Ceratok is sweet. There's a Boros Charm, a Mugging. There's a lot of great stuff in this pack, but for us, it's either High Priest of Penance or Daring Skyjack. And I think I'm just going to take the Priest. It does a similar role in this deck that the Skyjack does, in that it trades with ground guys that are bigger than it, and this one can trade for anything. So we're going to take him. He's not like super amazing, but he's good. All right, so there's an Angelic Edict, a Death's Approach, a Death Cult Rogue, and a Cartel Aristocrat. I really want more stuff with Evolve here. We have like, what, 1 or none? Excuse me, not evolve. With what's it called? Extort is what I meant. Death Cult Rogue's going to be easy to cast in the deck. Aristocrat's another 2, along with all blue Metropolis Pride. I really want blue to be my splash, though, if possible. We might not run all of these cards. Like probably not running this, for example. So Death's Approach is definitely on the list, as is Death Cult Rogue. Same thing with this and this. I think we might be able to go 18 lands with a second Edict and be pretty happy. But Cartel Aristocrat's also sweet as just a 2/2 for 2. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Edict. Not really sure exactly what the best pick is there, but I think the Edict is the safest and most clean one. Not much for us here. A second Clinging Anemones is really not great. Another 5-drop off color is certainly not what we want either. There's this really annoying Ivy Lane Denizen, and there's like a Gruul Charm that can be really annoying too, so I guess I'll just take that. There's just nothing for us, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, these pit fights going around are just super annoying, but I'm going to take this Debtor's Pulpit. Gore-Clan Rampager is awesome for whoever picks it up, so is this. This is a solid one. This guy's fine. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff. I'd rather take the Pulpit, though, over our third Dimir Guildgate. I think Smite's the pick here over Court Street Denizen. We've got 11 creatures. We need one more playable. Probably should be a creature because we might not play like this guy. But Smite's really good with Mortis Striders and, just stuff that they're going to attack into anyway. So I'm going to take Smite. I want to be a control deck. Well, there's the Dutiful Thrill. Get in there. Also good with Smite. Man, some of these packs have some pretty solid stuff going fairly late. We're going to take this guy so we don't have to face him down. And we got the Sprite and the Dutiful Thrill back. I think I'm just going to take a second Dutiful Thrill here. It'd probably be sweet not to die to this card, so we'll take that. And same thing with this one. Our removal isn't particularly well suited to play around Martial Glory. Don't think we need this. All right, well, not a lot of creatures. We have a game plan. Get this guy or this guy going is basically the plan. Probably going to run... Curve actually isn't too bad. Might still just stick to 17 lands, as we do have this Dimir Keyrune as well. Oh, we're not going to run this. Yeah, we'll have to throw something else in there. I might only run one Mortis Strider. We'll see. Alright, so get some Thralls. No, not you. Yeah, oh yeah, get in there. Yep. This might actually make the cut now. I'm going to put that in for now. Approach, Skulk. No, yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a little light on creatures at only 12, but we do have some virtual creatures with Night Watch and Soul Ransom. And once we start hitting our 5-drops, things get pretty good for us. I like having 18 mana sources in this deck and not having to run 18 lands. I think this is going to be fine. So let's put these in. I haven't really had a deck quite like this, so I'm kind of curious. It's a fairly traditional control deck, really. I mean, we're certainly not looking to beat down at any point other than like very late in the game or with a bunch of rats. You're welcome. Appreciate that. All right, so this is this, and we need early white and black. Our blue is for crappy cards. In fact, is there anything I can do for this second one of these? No, there's not. So let's see. So we have we've got 3 blue sources already. So I think we just need one more. And I think we can do it like this. This gives us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black, 7 white, and well, 10 black, I guess, and 4 blue. Is that enough white? 7? I'd rather have that be 8. Why don't we do it this way instead? It still gives us plenty of black sources with a total of 9. So yeah, we'll ship this and see what it does.